Hello, Missouri Mama here. My name is Nina, and today I am going to show you how I depot palettes that aren't magnetic, or singles that aren't magnetic. So, I got this one from Miss Mary from Mary Makeup and More too, and it's a single, and the easiest way for me to get use out of it is actually for me to get it out of this pan. So, this is a warmer, like what they use to put candles on or coffee. This actually came with a lipstick making kit I got from Hobby Lobby, but it works just like my candle warmer. So I just take the thing and I set it on here and I let it get warm. So while I'm doing that, I will show you I got these little cardboard packaging. This one is the blush, and then this one is the highlighter. So for these, actually I would take, you can use different tools. I find that my razor blade is my best tool. Be careful, if you're underage, do not do this. If you are of age, be very, very careful so you don't hurt yourself. So you see, I'm just kind of cutting the cardboard around, staying away from my fingers. Not as away from my fingers as I can. And then set that aside, and I will use this tool that came with my, I think it was, it came with some pans for magnetic pieces to put on the back of non-magnetic pans to make them magnetic. I've been saving these little pieces for making my own palettes if I decide to keep doing that. So you can see, I can see the pan, but it's not quite flush. And the best thing to keep from like tearing up your product is to get as close to that being flat as you can. So I'm just going to keep peeling off the layers of cardboard until so I think that this one is just barely underneath. Yeah, there we go. So now you can see underneath it, which then gives me the ability to very carefully, because I don't want to crack it, and slide this under and start to pop that glue loose. I got a little dirty from the cardboard. And I'm going slow because I'm trying not to crack the blush, because if I don't have to, I really don't want to repress it. And then I can just peel this off, and then I don't need this anymore. And then it will have some glue on the back. I will peel that off. If you have a hard time getting the glue off, you can use rubbing alcohol to help with this part, or you can even set the whole cardboard packaging on here and just keep a very close eye on it. You don't want it getting too hot because it is cardboard, so it's flammable. And so that's my palette all, or my shade. No cracking. Just wipe off the back of it, get it kind of clean. Now I'm fairly certain this is not magnetic. So this one already has my highlighters in it, but I just want to test this. Yeah, it's not magnetic. I didn't think it was. So that will have to get a magnetic piece on it. Let's see. Alright, this is getting soft already. It's very hot, so you need to be very careful with it. And peel that off, and you can see it's kind of like warping a little bit there. And so now, some of these you should not touch because they get really hot, but this one's not that hot yet. And I just kind of pushed it up a little bit, and I'm going to try to kind of work it up without, there we go. So there's that. Let it cool off for a minute. Now this I don't need. Put that over there with the trash. I'm going to go ahead and stick this on there. This is a blush slash multi from Malibu Malibu Glitz that I got from Shop Miss A in 3. I think this is actually in a plastic pan. We're going to see. So I'm going to take this and try to get some of this glue off. Put it back here. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to spray a little bit of rubbing alcohol in here to get any extra glue off. It feels like there might be a little bit. Nope, I got it all off with this. And then I'm just going to clean up the edges because there's a lot of eyeshadow on the edge. Ooh, that could have been bad. Now I have this, and let me just take this back out. I'm just going to set this aside for now. So this is not magnetic. I really don't think any of this stuff is going to be magnetic that I have out right now. While this is warming up, I'm going to go ahead and start on this highlighter. And this and the blush are the same brand, so I know that this one is not going to be magnetic because that one wasn't. It's going to be in the same kind of pan as that one. So this one I don't even need to test. Sorry, I went out of frame there. So I just cut through there, peel this off, and then I can start. This one I did a better cut job on, so now I have to make a new line in here. Oops, that could have been bad. So once again, don't do as me, do as I say. Be very careful so you don't hurt yourself. Because as you saw there, I almost cut my finger, my thumb. So I got underneath pretty good right here. Once again, I'm just going to go slow. I'm kind of working there because I really don't want to have to repress anything if I don't have to. So I'm just kind of wiggling around under there. Slowly going around. And that's off. I can get rid of that. This thing that's stuck on the glue. There's a lot of glue on the bottom of this one. All that paper. I don't know how much of it's actually glue. So this can get quite messy, and don't do this if it's something you are going to be devastated if it gets broken. I got this at Dollar Tree. I also would repress it if it got broken. But it's got to be something, you have to be willing to either to repress it, to lose some of it, to lose all of it, because I've seen people completely flip these out of their area, out of, you know, their work area that they're working on them, and lose entire shades. So there are risks involved besides hurting yourself. You just have to be careful not to do that. Now, you do not have to use a razor blade. Sometimes you can get away with popping this through the cardboard. It's just easier for me with that. You could probably use the flathead screwdriver, like this little mini one. It's not gonna like cut me, but it would pop through that cardboard. I'll show you with the GVS Plus palette when I get there what I'm talking about. So once again, just kind of cleaning up the back, trying to get some of that glue rest of the way off. Trying not to put too much pressure so I don't break this highlighter. And there we go. So there's another one done. This is probably getting kind of warm. Alright, so this one's actually pretty warm. So I'm going to see if I can't apply some pressure back here. Ooh, that's already cracking. This one I think is in a plastic pan. Check this and see if I can't. This one not coming out as easy. I wasn't really sure how this would go, trying to get this one out. Yeah, you can see how bad that one's cracking. I'm going to set it on here for a little while longer. Set these off to the side for now. Move the trash off to the side. So this is the Juvia's Festival by Juvia's Place palette. That little magnet I took off, it got stuck on there. That's funny. So this little mini screwdriver you would take, and some people like pull off the whole back and everything, and I don't see a point in doing that. You can just take this and run it along this cardboard, and you can see, if you see that, you can see where it's popping through. You just got to get through this like layer, this thin layer that keeps it all covered and clean. So you just go around the whole palette. And just kind of, so I pop that all loose, and now I can take this in here and start popping up just that cardboard. So there's my first layer. How did that go? Okay, so I'm going to make room for this up here so I can place the shapes in their holes, so I can, oh, I nicked one of the shades over here. You have to be careful of that. That can happen too. So I'm trying to keep track of where the shadows go so I can make sure I labeled them as the proper shade. Not a big deal. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. It's just something I'm choosing to do for myself. Let me scoot some stuff around so I can stay in frame and do this at the same time. Peeling off some more layers here. And I got that sticker stuck on me. Okay, so this has been on there for a little while now. Yeah, this is just continuing to crack worse and worse. I don't know if I will be able to do this one, sadly. Just because this packaging kind of sucks for storage. And I keep forgetting I have it, so I haven't actually tried it on my face because I keep forgetting I have it. So it is plastic. Oof. The glue in these things, holy jeez, that is the worst smelling thing ever. Wow. Careful with those. That glue is wretched. I'm going to take this Complex Culture quad that Mary sent me as well in her glam swap, so I can add it to my stingles. I have not over here right now. I must have put it up. Moved it somewhere. But I have a couple that have the little compacts like this that I depotted to where I could get more use out of them, because I just don't use quads. I don't really use anything smaller than like a 9 pan. So I thought they'd be better useful if I depotted them and made my own color stories with them. I was hoping to get use out of them that way. And make more room in my area. Being I have to fit my crafting stuff and my makeup, beauty, all in the same area. Plus my gaming stuff. Because I'm not willing to get rid of one of those three to fit more of any one of the other one. So I'm trying to make my space. Oops. Ooh, that was close. I think these are close enough before I tear up any shades. So I'm just kind of wiggling in there again. Kind of wiggling around and pull it up. So there's this shade, and okay, the glue on this one seems to be a little bit more substantial. No, there we go. Now we're getting it to peel. Oh. So I'm trying to take this off carefully so I don't crack the shade, just trying to remove all this extra glue on the back. Woo, it survived. And so that shade goes over here. Yeah, I'm just going to pop this off so it gets out of my way. Oh, this one's actually got a little warm. But it does not want to come apart quite yet. So sometimes you can see here there's this piece, and I'm trying to see if I can get that to pop loose. You can't even see what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of sticking it under here. I'm just kind of trying to pry it up a little bit. There we go. That one popped. I got one over here stuck in my fingernail. It just went back down. Oops, I just broke the blade. Oops. Okay, well, that's not working out too well. I just got a little tiny bit cracked there. Put it back on the heat. Continue working on this one. So, trying to keep this on my shades as well. That one came off really easy, like the glue did. Go, one more down. Didn't kind of miss it. Well, that color popped up really easy. Let's hope the glue wants to come off. easy. Oh, I got a good peel started. Sweet. There. Oh, my first one of these that cracked. Luckily these pans are huge, so that tiny little bit of loss isn't a big deal. Oh, now it's losing more. Oh, well, the whole thing came out. So that has to be repressed. It'll be easy though. So there's that one. Let's just stick that up there for now. Let's get under here a little bit better. Oh, that worked. Try to get a little bit more careful. No, come give me a hug. Now let's put the pink. No, we did. See you in the morning. Sorry, I had to say goodnight to my son. I'm getting a little too rough with the glue on the back of this one too. I think I'm going to set that one aside as well and just worry about the glue later, because it seems to be doing damage trying to worry about the glue after it starts breaking. I'm just going to scoop up some of this pink and put over there. Oh man. Matte shades are always so much more fragile than the that's not a good idea. Just take a little bit of this. And then I'll grab my Kleenexes. I'll be right back. So I'm just going to take this Kleenex real quick, press this down in there before it gets too bad. Things here. So, well, if I wouldn't make it worse. This was a lot easier when I wasn't worried about trying to stay in frame. I've already done some little palettes. Let's see here. Warm that up again. Get this right there. Let's see if I can do this one without cracking it. I could leave this glue on here, but it will drive me crazy if I do. I'm trying really hard not to do too much pulling or squeezing on the sides, especially after having those two kind of go a little funky on me. The pink and the orange for this palette. So with this little mini, I popped this part out of the back of it to help the heat get up to the glue that's holding the actual eyeshadows in case you were confused on why I or worried about popping that out. And this little quad is a lot harder than the like I did like 4 others from different brands I've gotten from Ipsy, and I only struggled with one other one, and I think it was in the same kind of palette. It was the ones that had the multi-layers of the backing. And then there was one I had to depot and repot just simply because it didn't have pans. It was just like this in plastic. So while that's going, I'm going to try to stick this in there. I'm just going to pick it up a little bit more. Oops, I meant to drop that in there. I'm now covered in pink dust. To take that off real carefully because it's probably really hot. Now let's see if I can't. There we go. Ooh, that hand's hot, hot, hot. So, ouch. There's one. So you have to be careful with this because, like I just said, ouch. Let's see if I can. I don't have any of my sewing pins over here. That would have been a lot easier. So you have to be careful because these pins can get pretty toasty. Sometimes the corners are, I don't even know if you can see me. I keep moving, covering up my line over there. Ooh, that scared me. I wasn't really expecting it to break. So there's a little corner sticking up. Oops. Jesus, Nina. Just shoved my nail right in there. Oh, man. Oh, wait, I had that. Where'd that ticking tool go I had? I move stuff around too much. Using it for this and that, doing stuff. I don't know what that is. I don't think I have any safety pins over here anywhere. I have a clay tool. Let's see if that can help me out here. It's already cooled off too much. Good job, me. It took too long. So that's there. I'm just taking some 91% rubbing alcohol, putting it all over the shadow. And I'll grab my pressing tool. And a clean tissue. A little bit of mess, but it's okay. This will help push the shadow back into shape and help absorb the extra alcohol. That's just some of the dye coming out. Voila! I think I will look back and see. And now, while I'm waiting on those, go ahead and do this orange one, which doesn't need near as much. Let me just take off this protective paper that is now stained pink. Don't really need that anyways. see if we can just push this where it's supposed to be. Now I could probably press that and hope it stays, but I'm just going to add a little alcohol for best measures. I'm adding it over the whole thing just where to hopefully prevent it from cracking as I do this. So I didn't use near as much alcohol on this one because it wasn't near as badly messed up. On this I just got from TKB Trading. It works amazing. Look at that. Beautiful. Did you fall asleep or something, kid?
No.
Oh, it sounded like you did. So this one melted pretty good. Ooh, that was hot. Don't do that.
Back did go. Ooh, what's she doing?
Depotting.
That's broken.
I know I broke it.
How'd you break it?
I cracked it.
Sounds like something I would not do.
Boy. Definitely sounds like something you would do. Except for you would do it on
A whole palette. No, only like one shadow in a palette. That looks like it's fun.
It's kind of scary because I keep worrying that I'm gonna like shatter the whole thing, even though
fun.
I can repress it.
It's fun being scared.
It is not fun being scared of messing up your items.
No.
This is rubbing alcohol. It's fine. It just this one cracked, and it kept cracking. So I'm adding.
Oh, you need to add more. Just like one more drop.
I did not.
The palette told me so.
It's not a palette.
The eyeshadow told me so.
So I don't have anything this small, so I'm just going to use my fingers. Oh, I need to. Yeah, these look like they're in pans. So this one is one I got from Temu, and I just wanted to take it out of here. Once again, partially because I don't like opening that. Actually, I'd say a lot to do with that. That kind of is a pain. Okay, let me pop off the glue here, maybe. While I wait on that, I'm just kind of scraping it off with my nail now that it's cooled off a bit. So I'm just going to use this, spray on some rubbing alcohol. To help clean up the back of that one. Let's see, do these ones need it? Oh, yeah. This one definitely still has glue. It's really hard to see on this one. It's just this tiny little square print of glue. Okay. There we go. So some of them have like this weird glue that doesn't like to come off. Sorry, I keep taking it out of frame so I can really see it up close. So there's that. Oh, this one has another one of those. Well, I may have made this harder on myself than it ever needed to be. Let's see. That pops off. Oh, no, there is glue underneath there. It's hot. It's hot, but not like, oh my god, my fingers are burnt hot. Okay, I think this side needs to warm up a little bit because I had it leaned the other way. So let me just go like that and try to get glue off of this bad boy while we wait on that. And then I just have one more I was going to do. Ugh, gross. I love the artwork on these, but the color story in this one, I wasn't feeling it by itself, and I feel like some of those, I'm not big on like the mustard color. I really like the shimmers, but I don't know, I just didn't feel the color story by itself. So I want to use it to build my own color stories. So there's that, and I'm thinking I might keep this and go ahead and take off this piece. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because this whole backing piece you can actually remove pretty easily. So I can take this off, and I'd only do this with like a select few palettes, not every palette, because, well, I don't like the artwork on all the palettes, but this one is pretty. I like the design. I would like to save the artwork, but make better use out of it. I have some magnetic sheets I can put in here, so I'm thinking about this one. I'm going to put it off to the side and decide if that's one that I want to do all that with. My hands are really gross right now. So I'm using this because it just kind of slides right underneath, and I can just kind of lift it and move it around. I thought that was going to be a little twisty. Let's put this. This is also one that Mary sent me in our Galentine swap, but it came busted. I repressed it, but I want to just go ahead and take it out of here so I can put it with all my other highlighters. Well, all my single highlighters. So I'm going to see if I can. I'm not 100% sure how well that one's going to work. As far as depotting, I might have to leave it in there. I don't know yet. So this I definitely have to repress. Oops. And then I can save it. Let's go ahead while we're waiting. Might as well, right? So this one I don't want to chop up because of the design in it. I would like to save as much of that as I can. And if this doesn't hold up, then I'll just have to bite the dust and chop it up to repress it. But I'm hoping I won't have to. I'm just kind of pressing with my hand because I don't have anything this size. Let's see. go. Doesn't look too horrible. So there's that. Let's see, is this, I'll dip it all just a little bit. Let's see if we can get this in here. Looks like it looked just a little bit on its own. Look at that. Ooh, that one got a lot of glue on it. I'm going to set that off here because I don't want it to stick to my table. So that one came out pretty easy. Now I can shut this thing down. Don't need this right now. So while I'm waiting on that one to cool off, I can go ahead and get the glue off of here now. Maybe. This is another thing you can do to kind of help break down the glue. I'm not pushing, I'm just swirling it around on the glue. So I don't want to press down here, it'd definitely crack then. Glue is a mess. I'll clean this one up later. It's just too much. I don't even know how I'm gonna get it all. Oh man, what is up with this glue? This glue is weird. It's like really weird. I don't know. So I think, let's see, will this fit in here? Not quite. Move it in there. There we go. That's what we'll do. I'm just going to pick that up. I'm going to let the alcohol kind of work on these for a minute. I don't know if you see what I'm doing. I just got a tiny bit of alcohol on the bottom of here. I'm using it to help try to break down some of the glue on these two because it's really sticky. Sticky. So now I'll just go through and label them all and put them in a Z palette. Put little stickers on the back that have a piece of metal on them that will magnetize. But first I have to wash my hands and all that. So hopefully you enjoyed watching me make a mess. Thank you so much for watching. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe. Really helps me out. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Bye.
Whoa, what's she doing?
Trying to get glue off my hands.
Are you still filming?
It shouldn't be, but if it is, it's parts I'll delete.
Oh, it is. You
It
want me-
is?
Pause.
Yeah, just stop it, because I'm done with the video. Here, I go wash my hands.
Oh, I figured out why it didn't. Is this turn on extreme battery saver?
Oh.
So that's why.